You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency.
Welcome back. Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, the Iceman. Had about a week and a half I took off. Hello, Randy. How you doing? Hope you enjoying that retirement over there. Working my way towards it quickly, hopefully. A couple more years, maybe. It depends. I don't know. I took about a week and a half break off. Come back. Happy birthday to me. I'm that big 5-0 now. Hit that 50 mark. Told Bam the morning we woke up for it that we had to go to the CVS or Walgreens, and she asked me for what, and I said, I'm 50 now, so I need to go get a walker and a cane. I said, I figure I want one of them walkers with the baskets on it. Figure out a way to rig it up to my motorcycle. And that would be funny, huh? Crawling off your motorcycle with a walker and a cane. Yeah, Randy, I know he's getting close. I think he was using up a little bit of the rest of his time. We worked a funeral escort for a fallen officer in that department, and y'all are missing most of the motor division out there that I was used to seeing. It's like a skeleton crew of the motor division that it used to be as. It's kind of sad. And a lot of the guys that I'm used to working with, of course, out there and used to seeing are either not there or well, of course they're not there, but I guess they some of them got promoted into different positions, and I think some other guys are just on patrol now. It's just really weird. If anybody's looking, that is me, but that is not me right now. I videoed myself green screened and added myself to all this, so I didn't have to use the mannequin or anything like that. So if it seems like I keep resetting myself, I do, because I only shot like a minute and 13-second long video. So that is me. And I am live. Just, that's not me talking at the moment. That's just a little short video of me. We went out and bought an iMac. We were having a whole lot of issues with the laptop we were using. Freezing up, having extreme troubles going live and stuff like that. So hopefully this will fix the whole situation. And plus my old ass trying to learn a entirely new operating system, since I am not used to that at all. Whole new operating system. Yeah, that is very sad over there, unfortunately, with that division. Seems like, I don't know, 20-something years, and I guess you just get used to shit after a while. All right, like I said on that last one almost 2 weeks ago, I was going to try to revamp, do a little bit of stuff a little bit different. So I'm still gonna keep the comedy stuff. That's mostly who I am anyway. Maybe a little more of the serious side stuff a little bit. I was seeing a lot of freaking news articles lately of people having, you know, sex with kids and juveniles and all this shit like that. And that shit really gets on my nerves, and it pisses me off. Especially when you hear people saying they can't help themselves, or they can't do that, they can't do that. I'm not a doctor by any means. There may be some type of mental illness out there that does cause that. I don't know. I don't think that's an excuse either for doing it. So, as a grown man, even an 18-year-old, you consider a grown man, you should have the willpower and at least the smarts not to do it. So we're going to start out today, like I said, on a little more serious note. We're going to talk about RS code 1480, Louisiana RS code 1480. And I did have the law. I'm going to try to pull it up for you here. As soon as I can find it. I'm working on trying to do something new here for everybody. Like I said, just hold up tight with me. I had it all rigged up beforehand, and of course, it's not going to work for me now. So here we go. All right. We're going to talk about 1480 Louisiana statute code as I pull it up for y'all here. I had to put it in 3 parts. This, as you can see on your screen if you're live, this is how it reads. Louisiana Revised Statute Title 14, Criminal Law, RS 1480, Felony Carnal Knowledge of a Juvenile. I'm not going to read every bit of it because it's long. Felony carnal knowledge of a juvenile is a felony is committed when a person who is 17 years of age or older and has sexual intercourse with consent or with a person, I'm messing up. When the victim is not the spouse of the offender and when the difference of age of the victim and the offender is 4 years or greater. A person commits a second or subsequent I can't say that word, offense of a misdemeanor carnal knowledge of a juvenile person who has been convicted one or more times of violating one or more crimes in which the offender is required to register as a sex offender under 15-542. There's one part in here, I'm not going to read it. Sexual intercourse means anal, oral, or vaginal. So you can say, oh, she just gave me a blowjob. It's still considered the same thing. This main part, this part C right here, is the main one because everybody always tries to use this as a freaking defense, and you hear it all the time. Lack of knowledge of the juvenile's age shall not be a defense. Admission is not necessarily necessary, and penetration, however slight, is sufficient to complete the crime. All right, so that was the main part I wanted to read. You trying to say, oh, I didn't know that she didn't tell me, she lied to me, that she was such and such a age, yada, 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 is not an offense. It says it right there on there. I read it. Okay. So all you guys that are 18 and them little young girls or whatever, even grown ass men, okay? Grown men, don't fall for it. Don't think, oh, well, I can just say that I didn't know how old she was. It don't matter. It says right there in Louisiana, it don't matter anyway. I don't know if anybody wherever else y'all listen to, but it don't matter here. That's not a defense. Same thing when you say ignorance of the law is not a defense. That's like just basically part of it right there. So it's called using common sense, having some willpower, and everything else. Back in my earlier days, in my mid-20s, I can remember on 2 occasions that if I was a weak or stupid individual, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. I don't know. I was on a call. I forget what type it was. Like I said, this was 20 years ago. And what I do remember is the girl, I was sitting at a dining room table early in the morning taking this report, my notebook, writing it down. And the girl, I'm pretty sure, I remember correctly, she was 15. Well, I look up, well, she done cocked her leg up on the table where all her little young business was showing in my face, and she didn't have any panties or anything on. Well, what I did was excuse myself from that situation and got back in my unit and left, okay? There's no excuse for it. It's called willpower and common sense. Could I have been an idiot and made a different choice? Yep. But that's called being a grown-up. I mean, I was a grown man. This was a preteen little girl or whatever, however you want to say it. No, I wasn't going to do that. I removed myself from that situation extremely fast. Another time, like I said, I was still working patrol. I was in my 20s. Little girl was 16 years old, and she was just offering it out there. She didn't show me nothing, but she made it abundantly clear that she was going to give it out. And the Iceman here was not going to take it. Again, that's another situation I could have put myself into that could have landed me in jail, convicted felon, a sex offender. So these grown men, pre-grown men, how you want to do it, if you're 18, once you hit that legal age, you need to start thinking with your big head and not your little head, because it will get your ass arrested. Okay? I know I talked about it before. When my daughter was, I guess I'm pretty sure she was about 15 or so. 14, 15, I can't remember exact date, how old she was. And, she had sex with a guy that was in his 20s. Couldn't find out, happened to be married with a kid and a pregnant wife, Well, he's still today a registered sex offender. Did she know what she was doing? Oh, yeah. She knew what she was doing, So, but this guy being a 20-something-year-old grown-ass man should have more common sense to say no or something like that. So, yeah, I blame a shitload of it on him. That's why, like I said, I made sure his ass got convicted. He's a piece of shit. Any grown guy that's going to do that, common sense is going to tell you, leave little kids alone, leave little girls alone. No, we're not talking about the pedophilia part right now. That's going to be another time. We're just talking about the carnal knowledge. Okay? So, but anyway, there's the law behind me. I know you can't read all of it because I'm blocking some of it. But that's it right there. Like I said, grown men make better fucking life decisions. and think before you start sticking your pee-pees in places that don't belong, okay? Anastasia, welcome. Of course, you know, I try to always look good. Put a jacket on and make me look thinner. Anyway, I think it makes me look thinner. I've been trying to lose some weight anyway. It's driving Bam crazy with the crap I've been eating. So, but a lot of eggs. I've been eating a lot of eggs. She don't like it. Just too many eggs. All right. Well, let's get on to the next part. We're going to go on to a news story real quick, and then we'll talk about a few traffic stops I made and stuff. You know, hadn't had a, believe it or not, even though it's been almost 2 weeks, I haven't had a whole bunch of funny traffic stops for some reason. All right. Let's get them. We'll pull this up right here in a second. This is out of Iowa, a small town called Armstrong. Okay. In a small town of Armstrong, it says barely a blip on the map. This is some guy named Mike Ferris wrote it. I'm not sure what news agency it's out of. Anyway, this I don't even know what the town. It's a village. It's only got 840 people inside this village. That's their population. So this place is like really fucking small. Well, the story coming out here actually was big enough to hit the tabloids in New York, in the New York Post. It's called Armstrong, Iowa mayor and police chief are in hot water. It is reported that the mayor and the police chief of Armstrong, along with at least 2 city clerks, are being charged with abuse of power, allegations ranging from stealing money to I'm sorry, I just saw a comment and it messed me up. Don't say pee-pee. I was trying to be a little nice. Malin, it is me. I videoed myself on a green screen and added myself on here. So I'm live, but that's actually a video loop of me on here. Okay. Back to the story. The Iowa Attorney General's office filed charges on Thursday, February 11th, after investigation uncovered charges of theft, felonious misconduct, tampering with records, and even assault with a dangerous weapon. The individuals who are being charged are Mayor Greg Bum, Armstrong Police Chief, and Craig Morrell, the city clerk. Let me pull this up. I had it right here. This, as you see right here, this is a picture of the mayor and the police chief, I believe. And this other one right here is a picture of the 2 city clerks, the ladies right there. It said this article says sounds a bit like a country song, like Harper Valley PTA, because we all know every town has a little Peyton place going on, and as Miranda Lambert sings, everyone is famous in a small town. But what a shocker this is turning into. It is reported that one of the defendants actually deployed a taser on a civilian in exchange for cash. They didn't identify which one of these 4 people did it, but I guess they're not going to be getting any Christmas cards from the city. All 4 individuals are facing serious felony charges, and if it isn't bad enough, there are more arrests expected in the near future. While Armstrong might not make your list of best small towns in America to live in. Anyway, so these are the pictures of these people, of this village of 800 something people who are robbing, stealing. Seems like they're tasering the townies and everything else. Take a good look at them right there. It's your friendly neighborhood village politicians. Them women look sad as shit, don't they? Of course, the guys look mad, but them women look like, oh shit. Yeah, so that's them right there. We'll get them out of the way. No, that's not me, Megan. It is me. Yes, and I am on the OBS, and it is working fine with the new computer. I wasn't having too much fun on the eCam. I wasn't able to do some of the stuff I wanted to do with it. So, as long as this keeps working, we'll be good to go. So I am going to take a quick little break with a commercial for Robert and April, and then we're going to be back with some stories. You don't run off real quick. Y'all listen to the commercial, okay?
Stand by.
We interrupt this program for an important announcement. Ladies and gentlemen.
Are you standing by? A very important message is coming. Are you still standing by?
We interrupt for this breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
There's a podcast that happens on Saturday night that you need to know about. All right, can I get out of serious mode? Let's go to goofy. Okay. Make sure to listen to Louisiana Saturday Night. Robert and April are your hosts, and they talk a lot about current events. And occasionally they'll have a guest and include them on the conversation. It's raw, it's blunt, and explicit. Well, if there is one thing I know, and that is I like dirty. Anyway. It's for anyone who wants to have fun and not take life so seriously. And God knows we need that these days. Robert and April on Louisiana Saturday Night. Check them out at louisianasaturdaynight.podbean.com.
Hold up. Stop. What is that shit? Yes, that's better. Perfectly dysfunctional. One messed up, crazy family having conversations about who knows what.
All right, we're back. I had to run up and get my drink. I forgot my drink. Got me my peanut butter jelly drink. I'm out of watermelon. I've been really on that salty watermelon from Old Smoky and mixing. It's freaking phenomenal. I think I've been liking it way more than peanut butter. And it's delicious. But I'm on the peanut butter and the cranberry. I got the strawberry cranberry juice in there. It's delicious also. Old Smoky still hadn't given me a sponsorship yet. I doubt they ever will, but well, what the hell. So let's get on to talking about a few stories. Maybe y'all will find some of them interesting. I'm going to try out some of this new background music I've been downloading. I've been doing playing with all kind of crap since I haven't been recording. So let's try it out. Y'all ready for some story? All right. Let's get on to this first one. I was involved in another car chase recently. Iceman did not initiate it. Another uniformed guy did. I was out writing tickets in a normal area on the slab, and gave me a call. I actually had somebody pulled over, and I could see lights coming. I ran up to the guy, handed him his license back. He didn't know what the hell was going on. I told him to sit there until we were gone. So it was his lucky day. Anyway, I jumped out. I was trying to slow traffic to slow him down, or her, whoever was driving. And worked for a minute. They got around 100 plus miles an hour. Got on the shoulder on this bridge. It's dangerous. Well, I run over. Them truck drivers call them alligators. It's the big retread part or whatever that blows off the tires, the rubber from 18-wheeler tire. Ran over one. And I end up losing a back tire. I didn't blow it. I started losing air pressure out of it. My Sergeant Wheezy, said he had been on the radio at the time. Said if he wouldn't have known what was going on, he thought I was a fighter pilot, because I called my number out. And I was like, told a Backkkk to take over, that I was losing air pressure. And my pressure was, I was losing a lot of air pressure. He said it sounds like I was about to eject or something there. Anyway, I did. Caught a flat on my right rear, limped it to the shoulder, and ended up changing the tire. Bad guy, bad girl, whoever it might have been. They ended up getting away. The initiating unit called it when we got to a certain area. It was getting extremely dangerous. This person, the bad guy, actually had sideswiped another car during this process. At this point, smart law enforcement wasn't wanted for nothing but a traffic violation. We didn't want somebody to get killed over that, so called the chase off, and they went. I will say one thing: we've had a couple of chases, and these damn Nissan Altimas and Maximas, them son of bitches can run. I'm telling you what, this dude was doing all of 120 plus on the interstate. I mean, he was getting it, and it was a piece of shit one too. I mean, it looked like it was falling apart. So, anyway, caught a flat tire in the chase. Bad guy got away. That sucked really bad on that one. But no one got hurt in the process. Just got some dirty hands and a flat tire. So, we'll get you next time, bad guy. Because people like that, they always end up getting caught eventually, because they got away with it once. No, Anastasia, I am not drunk. Oh, yeah. Oh, you gonna sponsor my drink for me? Okay, that's new. No, Robert, I don't look like a serial killer. I'm anonymous, remember? Yeah, boo to the bad guys. Hey, it happens sometimes, you know that. So, like I said, they don't win all the time. They'll eventually get caught because, like I said, they took off running. They'll probably do it again, and they'll eventually get caught or end up killing themselves. So, on with the car chases, which is completely hilarious. I'm out the next day in the same area. I will say I was working westbound on the interstate. I hear dispatch coming across saying a adjoining parish was in pursuit of a vehicle eastbound. I'm on an elevated part of the interstate. There's no way for me to go from where I was at westbound to get over to the eastbound lane. Okay, there was no way. It's impossible. Well, I see him coming. I let dispatch know so the other, uniformed guys can get in positions if they're able to. And they end up pulling over directly across the interstate from me. Directly across the interstate from me. I could see him. Can't get to him. Can't help him. Well, I saw the cop get out. Step out of his vehicle, doors open. I'm like, don't walk up to that car. I walk up to that car. It was a newer model, reddish burgundy Corvette. Well, thank God he didn't get out and walk up to it, because she took back off on him. And when I said she, I'll explain that in a minute, because she was a she. And I let dispatch know they're back in pursuit eastbound. they get out of sight of me. I can't see no more, but I'm listening. You finally get a plate on the vehicle. They run the plate. One of our units got up next to her and could see that it was her. He advises an older lady in the vehicle, and she is refusing to stop. He says she is refusing to even make eye contact with him. Now, she would go from speeds from 45 up to speeds of 90 miles an hour. And they went into another parish. They finally do get her stopped. So we're looking at a 3-parish chase total. Speed from 45 to 90. This lady was, you ready for it? This lady was 72 years old. That's right. 72 years old. I think she was born like 49 or something like that. Not quite sure. I wasn't able to find out. I do know that they did not arrest her. They had her transported to a hospital. So she was either some type of dementia patient. It was her car. Some kind of mental break or something like that. So I won't call her a bad guy. She got caught. But I won't say she was a bad guy. Old lady obviously was having something wrong with her. Like I said, I was westbound. She was eastbound. She was eastbound to down. So, the old Smokey and the Bandit movie, she was living it. She sure wasn't giving it up anytime soon. They did not spike her. I think it's when they realized they could see that she was an older lady. They didn't want nobody to get hurt. So, 2 car chases, 2 days. 1 for 1. So, hope the old lady ends up being okay. Long run. Well, thank you. I'm glad my feed looks good. I'm still on OBS, Robert. I wasn't able to figure out exactly how I wanted to do everything. I can't figure out how to do some things on that other one. I don't know if I can do it on there. So, but it might have just been my computer, because on this feed I'm only running at about 13 to 14%. The other one's running at 70. So I'm thinking it might have been the computer was having issues. But that's on that story. Oh my God! Why won't April let you eat real cake? She wants you to eat fruit cake. No. April, haven't you heard that saying, let them have cake, let them eat cake? You gotta let them eat cake. Don't want no fruit cake. People don't eat fruit cake. When people give you fruit cakes for Christmas time and stuff like that, that is intended to either save it and give it to somebody for next Christmas or use it as a doorstop. Oh, April thinks you're too fat. Well, if you're too fat, I am morbidly obese, because pretty sure I got you probably about 100 pounds there, Robert. Monk fruitcake. I'm not sure what monk fruitcake is. I'm sure it don't taste as good as red velvet cake with some good cream cheese icing on it. That is delicious. It's my favorite. Red velvet, cream cheese, and lemon icebox pie. That's the Iceman's 2 favorite cake and pie right there. I did get both of them. Let me say this. My daughter, stepdaughter, stepson, and their significant others did throw me a little surprise, family surprise birthday party the Sunday past my birthday, and did surprise me. Of course, they didn't think they surprised me. It was kind of funny because we went to Fluffy's house and they were trying to get me to go in the garage where everybody was hiding at, and I kept trying to go the other way. So Bam went in before me. Of course, when she opened the door and go in, they all yelled surprise, and I'm behind her. And they were like, well, you didn't even jump in that. I was like, well, have you ever been in a haunted house with me? I don't jump. I'm not real jumpy. A jumpy cop is not a good thing, people. I mean, I don't know what monk cake is. It scares me. I'm going to have to, like, Google that. I don't know what monk cake is. Is it made out of, like, skunks? The monk part of the skunk? What is it? I don't know what that is. And Robert's, like, saying it's nasty. I don't know if I want to eat a monk. It's some kind of fruit. A monk fruit. Does it smell like a skunk? Skunk eats monks? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know what mangoes are and apples and even those prickly ones with them passion fruits and dragon fruits, and I never heard of no monk fruit. It's probably the stuff they put on sale when nobody wants to eat it. And April probably got a hold to it, and she made it, and I knew it was not real cake. I was like, what's in this? So it's not delicious, Robert. The monk fruit. It's a white sugar replacement. Why you have to put white sugar, April? That's racist. Don't be saying white sugar. We just say sugar. Oh, Lord. I'm doing my own diet thing. I lost some weight. I haven't been on a scale. I know my waist has gotten a little smaller. As I tell y'all, I got up to like 305. I don't know what I'm at right now. I'm hoping it's under 305. It should be. My pants have gotten looser. So, and if y'all see me on here, Brandy's like, you can't really see your shirt that much. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to tell you. Well, I said the jacket makes me look thinner. No, never ask what's in something if you don't know what it is. Ain't no way you weigh 304 pounds, Robert. I saw you recently in person, and Anastasia, I didn't know about it. It was just a little family thing. It wasn't nothing big about this. Anastasia, we'll come over and have some drinks one of these evenings when the roads aren't iced over and all that shit like that. I hope everybody made it through the winter storms okay. I must say, look, Joe Biden fucking done it. He wrecked the oil industry in this first week in office, and global warming's over. Fucking ice storms in Antarctica in the south, Louisiana and Texas being frozen over. Global warming's done. Or hell done froze over because he's the president. I don't get political, but I couldn't help myself. So either he saved us from global warming or hell done froze over. I'm going with number 2. That's all I got to say. We'll go with number 2 on that one. Is that hell done froze over. Trump was acquitted, though. He was acquitted. And that's because Donald Trump causes a lot of stuff just like this.
Donald John Trump incited the erection.
He's causing erections all over the place. I got one just thinking about it. I'm just joking. Yes, people, it has been severely freaking cold. poor dogs and shit. I mean, we got inside dogs. We brought the outside dog and had him inside and everything else. But it's been freaking ridiculous. Us Southerners are not built for the cold at all. I did see a thing recently. Said that all these Yankees and Canadians or whatever making fun of all the Southern people about all the snow. This guy pulled up and showed where, one of them northern states that's used to the cold said that. He said, that y'all making fun of us for closing our schools for a little bit of ice and stuff. He says, here's an article where y'all closed y'all schools because it was 94 degrees. Said, that, is like a breeze for us during the shit like that. So, I did make a traffic stop. Like I said, I hadn't made a whole bunch in the last couple of weeks. The ones I did, I mean, I wasn't getting nothing at all. But I pulled this one lady over, advised her what she was doing, and she asked me if I knew this certain sheriff. It wasn't one I worked for. It was from a neighboring parish. I'm like, yeah, I know him, but I don't work for him. Oh, and then she informed me how she used to date his brother. Well, I asked her if that was her way of trying to get out of this speeding ticket. And, of course, she's like, yes, it was. I said, are you still dating him? She's like, no, I broke up with him because he's a pawpaw. I'm like, well, how is someone a pawpaw? Because I'm a pawpaw. I got grandkids. She's like, and the dude was like, I don't know, 48, 49 years old, and all he wanted to do was sit around and watch the squirrels. And I guess if you like sitting around and watching squirrels and not going out or doing anything else, you're a pawpaw. I asked her what she wanted him to take her out partying or something. Because I don't like to go out party. I like to go out with some of my friends and stuff like that and hang out or go just hang out with friends, but party and no. I was informed she wanted to travel. So she was in the process of moving to go in with her new boyfriend, assuming that he must have money and he's going to take her traveling. So she was a cool lady. I hope she gets her traveling done and the new boyfriend don't turn into a pawpaw and just want to watch squirrels. I am not shaking my ass at all, Robert. Not shaking it. Nobody. I am 100% non-rhythmatic. I am not the dancing king, queen, or anything else. If I start dancing, if I got on the stage and started dancing, people would throw money at me, but it would be to make me stop dancing because it's that bad. It's that bad. I dance around the house and Bam's like, oh shit, it's pretty bad. I have no rhythm, no blues. Like I said, people would give me money to stop dancing. But I'll take you up on your thing. We can all go out and you can dance. And I will video it. We'll make you TikTok famous or something like that, or YouTube famous. You can dance. I'd like to think I could dance, but I can't dance. There's no rhythm. I did tell Bam I'd like to go take, they're probably not doing it now since there's a great pandemic going on, but I would like to go take swing classes, the West Coast swing or whatever they do. They twirl people around. They got classes. They do in Baton Rouge. Like I said, I doubt they're going on right now because of this pandemic. I did hear that they're talking about wanting people to wear 2 masks now instead of 1. 2 masks. Well, that's my solution is they want people to wear 2 masks. Why don't those people just put bags over their head with zip ties? That'll keep all the virus out of their eyes, nose, and everything else. So I don't know what y'all think of, my suggestion of the plastic bag and a zip tie to keep the COVID away. 'Cause I'm one of them anti-maskers, I guess. The pandemic. Yeah, they planned it. It's a spamdemic or whatever it is. It's freaking just. I'm done and tired over it. I mean, it's been this long. I figured if I was gonna get it, I'd get it. If I did have it and didn't know it, I don't know. I understand people die, and people are like, oh, COVID killed them. Well, some people might have died from COVID. Some people probably died from the flu. A lot of them probably died because they were just old. And I think if you got shot in the head right now, if you got shot in the head right now and died, and they did a test on you and you came back positive for COVID, they would probably said you died from complications from COVID, not from that lead that went into your brain and out the other side. That's just how stupid it is right now. I thunk it. I almost thunk it. I thought I had me as they call them people, Karens. I thought I was going to have me a Karen. I stopped and at the Louisiana General, the Dollar General, to grab something we needed for the house on the way home. Anyway, they had this big Amazon Pentecostal lady in there. She must have been about 6'1", and she had me probably at least by 60 pounds. She's a big old bitch, you hear me? Well, she had her mask on. Of course, I didn't have a mask on because they're stupid. I put one on when we were somewhere else. We had to wear a mask, and I had it on for about 10, 15 minutes. And I thought I was freaking going to suffocate. Anyway, we're on the aisle. I'm waiting to get on the canned good aisle. I'm waiting to get something. Well, Amazon Pentecostal lady was in front of me, so I stayed my 6 feet, 2 meters back. I stayed back, kept my 2 meters back, away from her, and just because some people are scared, so I'm standing back there. I'm looking at shit that I'm not even interested in, waiting for her to move because she was where I needed to get. Well, I don't know if y'all have ever experienced it. You ever seen somebody in a grocery store and they pick up something and it's like they're reading every fucking ingredient they have on the can? I mean, she was looking at this can of chicken noodle soup and like reading every fucking thing on it. Lady, it's chicken noodle soup. It's got little fake pieces of fake chicken and noodles and some broth in it, okay? That's what it's got in it. That's it. So I'm sitting back there waiting, looking at like cake batter or whatever. Well, she turns around. I saw her out the corner of my eye. I saw her glance at me. Then she turned around and looked at me again. I'm like, oh, here the fuck I go. I was like, lady, I am not the one you want to go all caring about a mask on me on. Well, she just looked at me and grunted or whatever. Like, rrr. Like, fuck, I don't know. Maybe she's cannibal or something. I mean, she just grunted at me like a freaking like that and turned around and walked off. I was thinking, oh, thank God I didn't have to go all asshole on her because I didn't have a mask on. Yeah, well, I'm sure in your line of work, London, you have to wear a mask all freaking day long. So I almost had a Karen moment. I thought, thunk it. Didn't quite happen to me, but I thought it was going to happen. Like I said, we went out the other day, and that one store had to have a mask on. I think it's the only one I put one on. Especially when you walk in places and they're all fucking sitting there, and it's like you walk in, like somebody looks at you like you don't have a mask on, but theirs is so far down their nose is sticking out. It's like, okay, you can't catch COVID through your nose. Or what about the people with the big plastic shields? They got the big fucking plastic shields over their face. It's like, yep, pretty sure that COVID can't get up underneath there and, sees the plastic, and the little virus is like, oh fuck, stay away from them. They got the plastic shield. We can't get to them. The two masked people. Like I said, I've mentioned it before, the car maskers, the people driving around in the car by themselves with a mask on. Those are just wonderful people. They're going to give themselves COVID. That's what it is. They're going to give themselves COVID. Oh, I did pull this woman over. And the stuff that people fucking say to you when you pull them over is freaking crazy. Anyway, I pull her over. Not a major traffic stop or nothing. Walk up to her. I think she was doing she was like 80 something and a 60. So, she was getting it. Well, when I walk up to her and I'm like, ma'am, the reason I stopped you is you're doing 82 and a 60. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought the speed limit was still 75. Yep. Didn't say a word to her because, really? I'm sure there are places that speed limit 75. They might have places in Louisiana that speed limit 75. I'm not aware of those places, but I'm not saying there was, but I do know for a fact that she had just passed a whole bunch of signs that said 70, and I know for a fact that she had just passed 4 of them that said 60. So I just kind of looked at her. She still thought it was 75. But I just looked at her and smiled. Let's see him catch up on some of these right here. Lena says, you have to wear it to your table, but once you get to your table, you can take it off. That's correct, Lena. That's so stupid. You walk into a restaurant and you're supposed to wear your mask in, and then you walk 12 feet and sit at your table and you can take it off. Because COVID knows it cannot fuck with you when you're eating. No fucking with people while they're eating. You can't catch COVID when you're eating, sitting down. It's against COVID law. But now if you get up away from your table while you're eating, you can catch it. It's a new rule. I know, COVID knows. It's like the smart virus. Now they got the variant. Now they're all free. Now see, people getting tired of the bullshit with the regular, the 19. People are starting to like, fuck this shit. So now they're saying there's a COVID variant. Like, trying to scare everybody else back into submitting. Everybody keeps saying something. I said, y'all keep it up. I said, the mask ain't going away. The masks are not going away. They're here forever. I remember, I'm sure most of y'all too, you can remember when if you walked in somewhere, a store, anywhere, with a mask on, when you walked in with a mask on, they'd call the cops on you. Now everybody wants to call the cops on you for not wearing a fucking mask. It's like backwards world all of a sudden. 10 masks. I suggest everybody wear 4 masks on their face, 8 pair of underwear, 2 pair of pants, 3 shirts, and 2 ties at all times, and that will protect you from COVID and farts. Because if you got like 10 pair of underwear on, nobody can smell you. And everybody complaining, it's like, well, I got COVID, I lost my sense of smell and taste. I'm like, well, so at least now you don't know if anybody stinks, and you can eat anything you want because you can't taste it. So you can just like eat healthy shit and it don't matter now. And hey, maybe I need to catch it and lose my taste. So then I can just like eat healthy crap and I'll get skinny because it won't matter what I eat because I can't taste it. So you just eat crap that's good for you because it don't matter. Your mom got the cops called on her the other day at the gym because she wasn't wearing a mask. Is your mom still going to the same gym she did before? You know which gym I'm talking about. So, yep. Oh, so yeah, that's why I said to eat that cake, right, Cope? Robert. So it was Planet Fitness called the cops on her for not wearing a mask. I'm glad I have a membership there. I think I haven't went since the COVID shit because I refuse to wear a mask while trying to work out because I'm fat and got to breathe hard anyway, and I can't work out and breathe hard with the mask on. So that I've been wanting to cancel it. I've been talking to Bam about canceling it, and I have that just as another incentive to cancel it because they're calling the cops on people, the mask police. I mean, the only thing the cops can do to you if they can't make you leave for not wearing a mask, the company can say they don't want you in there, but it's not against. I mean, so basically did they ask her to leave and she said no or what? I mean, I don't know. It's all stupid. I don't blame them. The inspiration for me to get rid of my membership there also. I've been paying like $40 a month anyway and hadn't used it in like a freaking year, which sucks. Robert, that cake is that bad? Does the cake taste that bad? I don't want, April, I appreciate you saying you're going to make me some, but it's a thought that counts, right? Because I don't want any of that monk cake, or anything like that. All right, well, I told my stories. This was the first one back in almost 2 weeks. So I had a little more serious in the beginning of it. If anybody's got any suggestions, please let me know. Robert, you get with me eventually on that other part. Because I think you figure out what I'm wanting to do, and I don't know how to do it on that other. But I know this was kind of in the middle of a weak one. I got a hair up my ass and decided just to do it because I hadn't done one in almost 2 weeks. So I don't know if I'm doing them on Sunday or just doing them sporadically when I'm just in the mood to do it. Not sure yet. But I am back and I'm not going anywhere. So if anybody has any suggestions, has any stories they would like to tell, would like me to tell, email me, motorcopchronicles@gmail.com. I'm on Twitter, MotorC. I can't say I'm on Parler because it's still going. Facebook, Motorcop Chronicles. Podcast, of course, that's where we're at right now. Like I said, if you knew any first responders, you're a first responder. That includes corrections, jailers, nurses, firemen, paramedics, anything like that. Got any stories you want to tell? You can call in. We can get you on. You can write in. Just let me know. Let me hit me up, and we'll do it like that. And like I said, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave me a 5-star review. Write me a good review. I'd appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm. Anyway, until next time, remember to smile because the Iceman could always be behind you.
On the throttle, this is how